Hey everyone, Karolyne Roberts here and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, we are going to be talking about dating deal breakers before marriage. So if you're interested in watching more, then definitely stay tuned. So the first dating deal breaker that I want to share is being with someone who you feel they're basically pressuring you or forcing you to get married, forcing you to be in a relationship with them. Maybe they're manipulative, abusive. That is not okay. And I say this because I was in a verbally abusive relationship at one point, and my boyfriend would manipulate me and say, you know, if you break up with me, then I'll do this and I'll do that. And I was so fearful of getting out of that relationship. That is actually how I got saved and started my relationship with God, because I said a prayer to God and I said, Lord, if you would just get this relationship out of my life, I will start a relationship with you. And the next day, the guy literally texted me and said, I had a dream that we broke up. And I said, wow, maybe it's a sign from God. And he said, yes. So that got me out of that toxic relationship. And that is also why I do different videos sometimes about like a sign that God wants to get you out of a bad relationship, or a sign that this relationship ain't for you. So check out those videos on my channel as well. But yes, someone who is abusive, who is hurting you, who is disrespectful, who is manipulating you, and you feel, not safe, you feel like you're forced to be in that situation, I really recommend that you separate yourself from that person. They may give you empty lies, but I really recommend that you truly seek help. Talk to someone that is trusted. Seek help. Like, get people involved. You may need to get a restraining order, but really get some help. Pray about it, because that's what helped to get me out of my situation, just praying to God about it. But they may be, very nice to you one day and lovey-dovey one day, but if their true colors keep coming forth, believe in those true colors, honey. It's not going to get any better if you marry them. If you are dealing with any form of abuse or anything like that, I just want you to know that God loves you. You have so much value. You have so much worth, and He has an amazing plan for you, and He wants you to be with someone who will love you the same, who will value you the way He values you, who will value you the way Christ says you should be valued. So don't settle for less. You are worth so much more. God can do so much better in your life. And I'm so glad that I trusted God to do that in my life. Now, my husband, he wouldn't even hurt a fly. Like, my husband is so amazing. He makes me feel beautiful. He makes me feel loved and encouraged and motivated. So God is going to put you with someone who treats you right. Just trust in Him and just continue to wait on Him. So that is my first tip, honey. If he is disrespectful, abusive, manipulative, or if you are watching this video and you are a man, if you are with a manipulative woman or she has a Jezebel-like spirit, then it has got to go. It's a no. It's a deal breaker. It's a no. Okay, so the second deal breaker before marriage that I want to talk about, which you guys know I talk about this all the time, is being unequally yoked. Being in a relationship with someone who does not share your faith, does not share your belief, does not believe in Jesus. You guys are not walking together. You have two completely different mindsets. Eventually, it's going to cause drama. Eventually, it's probably going to lead you away from God. Eventually, it's just going to fall apart anyway. So just do yourself the favor. And if you are in a relationship, if you are dating someone right now and you know that you are unequally yoked, then cut that relationship, break that relationship off. A third deal breaker of not marrying someone is if you find out this person has like secrets, like you don't even really know who they are, like they are dishonest, like they have secrets, like they are untruthful, like that is a deal breaker. That is a deal breaker. If you start finding things, like maybe you guys are engaged and you know you're getting close to the wedding date and you found out like a big secret that they kept from you. So let me give you an example. If you are a woman and you know, you're dating this guy and he's keeping this secret from you, like he kept this secret. Maybe he struggles with homosexual attraction, right? Maybe he likes both sexes, but it's a secret and he's not sharing it, and then you find out like last minute that, you know, this is a secret that he was afraid to share with you. That is like a big thing. Like you should tell someone that information. Like that is like very important for people to know about you. Like that's a deal breaker. Or another example is if you are in a relationship with someone and they're not telling you the truth about their financial situation. They're not telling you the truth about their financial debt. Like that is not fair. Like why am I going to blindly go into a marriage and I had no idea that you had $50,000 in student loans? Like, why didn't you share that information with me in advance? Like, that is a deal breaker. Or you didn't tell me, like, what about like, if you don't tell someone that you have kids, you don't tell someone that you have a kid, like you're keeping secrets. So I'm talking about like these big secrets. If you find out, you know, before the wedding day that the person you are in a relationship with had a big secret that they kept from you, it is a red flag. Because if they're able to be dishonest in the big things, then they're being dishonest in the little things, and the whole relationship might be a lie. So you want to make sure that you really know who you're going down the aisle with. You really know who you're getting into a relationship with, and that there is no secret. I'm going to pause for a second because I just want to share with you guys, this is the first book that I ever wrote. It's called Before Saying Yes to the Ring. And I wanted to know, before I walked down the aisle, before I accepted a proposal, that I was ready to be engaged, that I was ready to be married, and I wanted to know what that looked like. So that is why I wrote this book. I wrote this book like 7 years ago, literally. So I have about 10 copies left of this book on my website. So if this is a topic, if you're engaged or if you're thinking of eventually getting married and this is an important topic to you, then I definitely recommend visiting my website at KarolyneRoberts.com and snagging this book. It's so important that you really, really, truly do your due diligence to get to know the person that you are entering into a lifelong commitment with. Another deal breaker for marriage is if the person that you're in a relationship with is like immature. Like you can't even imagine them as a husband. You can't even imagine her as a wife. You can't even imagine this person as a father or a mother. Like if you can't imagine this person being that now, then if you guys get married tomorrow, what makes you think that they're going to be that then? Saying your vows and putting a ring on your finger doesn't make someone become a faithful husband, doesn't make someone become a faithful wife. So I do believe that there is a certain level of maturity and growth that needs to happen for someone to take on the level of commitment such as marriage. Now, I don't believe that maturity is by age. I believe that maturity is a mentality. So I'm not someone who thinks that, oh, it's a big deal, you know, if you're a certain age, if you're young. I got married super young, but I was ready. I was in that mentality. When people were in high school, when they were partying, going to the club and doing all this stuff, I didn't care for that. I was like, I'm ready to go to college. You know, I'm ready to settle down, get married, start a family. That was my mindset. So certain people are way mature past their years than others, but you want to make sure that there's that level of maturity despite whatever their age is, and that they're truly ready to take on that commitment. You are dating this man, right? But could you see this man as a father to your children? Would you want this man to raise your child? Or do you just look at him as a boyfriend? Is he just a fun time? Is he the bad boy? Is the bad boy going to be a good father? Some of us love the bad boy, but he doesn't end up being the good father. So there has to be a certain level of maturity. And if the maturity is not there, if you are not ready, then it is a deal breaker for marriage. But the last deal breaker, I believe, for marriage is someone who is just wants to have sex. Like, they're not patient. They want to force you into having sex, basically. They don't want to get to talk to you. They don't want to get to know you. It's just all about the sex, the sex, the sex. And marriage is deeper than sex. Marriage is more than sex. Like, you guys have to talk about much more. You guys have to develop your communication in many different ways. If there are no boundaries, if this person does not have boundaries, then I think personally for me, then that's a deal breaker. Like, if you have absolutely no boundaries, if you can't respect my body, if you can't respect my decision to remain pure, like you don't even care that this is important to me and it should be important to you too, then we're not ready for marriage. It's just a deal breaker. Like, I want you to have enough respect for yourself, enough respect for us, and enough respect for me and for this relationship before we enter into that next phase, which is marriage. So those are my 5 deal breakers before marriage. If you guys have any deal breakers, put your deal breakers in the comment section. I would love to know. If you enjoyed this video, definitely leave it a thumbs up. And if it's your first time on my channel, do not forget to subscribe. I'm also on Instagram for those of you guys who want to follow me at Karolyne Roberts. But I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in my next YouTube video. Until next time, bye.